Hyundai has just launched its smallest SUV, the Exter, in India. To know more about the product, we caught up with Tarun Garg, COO, Hyundai Motors India.
Yes, I think it has received a great response from the customers. If you see the Exter, we have really tried to raise the benchmark in this entry SUV segment, whether it is in terms of safety, with 6 airbags as standard, the infotainment system, the space, because the wheelbase is 2450, are the highest in the segment, which means there's ample knee room, leg room, of course the headroom as well, a very beautiful sunroof, 12 languages, and of course English being accepted. So powertrains are very proven, whether it is the Kappa 1.2 petrol or the CNG, which has been introduced for the first time in this segment, AMT, which gives the segment best mileage of 19.2. So every which way you look at it, it is a segment changer. It is a benchmark. You asked about the response. I think response is extremely good. Frankly speaking, in my 30 years of experience in the Indian auto industry, very few models have seen this kind of a response. Already we have crossed 16,000 bookings, and last 2-3 days almost bookings are coming at a rate of 1,800 per day. So extremely good response. Almost 38% of the bookings are for AMT, 22% are for CNG, and 40% are for manual petrol. And we can see that the bookings are coming not only geographically from everywhere, but as much from tier 2, tier 3 cities as from the tier 1 towns. So all in all, I think the beginning has been extremely good. So basically, if you see this segment currently is about 10 to 11,000 a month. Frankly speaking, we believe that going forward, the segment can cross 20,000 maybe. So, and more customers from the hatches, as has been the trend. If you see the last 3-4 years, customers are anyway shifting from the hatches to the SUVs. But now at this price point, I think it's a very sweet spot for the customers. So we are expecting really this segment to grow, explode, if I may say. So I cannot say that, okay, whether we'll do 7,000, 8,000 or 10,000, but we can very clearly see that it is going to be a volume churner for Hyundai. And this segment, like I said, should grow to 22,000 a month sooner than later. So, frankly speaking, the customer is a millennial, because that is a trend. Millennials are wanting that SUV body type because it gives them, not only it gives them space, it also gives them a different kind of an experience, because we have introduced some segment first features, especially like dash cam. So because these customers want all their activities to be filmed, they want to create new memories, so that dash cam really comes in. Then safety, 6 airbag as standard sets a new benchmark. So your question, I would say that yes, probably a little bit of cannibalization can happen with the Nios, but not too much. But we are very happy because overall the numbers will definitely go up. As regards venue, it is clearly a different segment, and the initial, if I see the initial last two months since we started the bookings, we have not seen any cannibalization with the venue. Little bit with Nios, which is perfectly fine, because overall numbers will definitely go up. Not really. On the contrary, if you see, all models, including the Nios, it is the top trims and the middle trims which are having a great demand. So frankly speaking, what has happened over the past 3 years especially is that customers are not wanting to compromise. They want those high-end features. They want a stereo system of the best quality. They want the connectivity. They want safety. They want sunroof. So we are very clearly seeing a trend towards middle and higher segments, and that I think is here to stay, because very few people want to really compromise and go for the entry level. So we are not really expecting this, and we feel that going forward, Nios will hold its fort, and of course the Exter will definitely get in a completely different set of customers, because they are very differently positioned. And please mind you, while customers are shifting from hatches to SUVs, but still hatches constitute a very good 30-35% of the market. So for a 4 million market, 30-35% is a good 1.4 million. So I don't think we can really write the hatch segment off. So there's a clear-cut market which exists for Nios. There's a clear-cut market which exists for Exter, and no more, I think, sub-entry level trims. Not at all. I think we have very clearly moved beyond that in the last 3 years based on the customer choice. So if you see, based on the customer feedback, our strategy is very, very clear. At the entry level, Nios, Aura, and of course now the Exter, petrol, manual, petrol AMT, CNG. It really completes the lineup and it gives a wide range of options to the customer. Venue and above, petrol, diesel, turbo. Very, very clearly, Varna, petrol, turbo, and their DCT comes in. So I think we can't have a same stroke for different folk. You need to have different strokes for different folks. And that has been the Hyundai strategy and it has worked really well. So because entry-level customer is price sensitive and 1.2 liter Kappa engine really meets all his needs. Of fuel efficiency, of power, and a 4-cylinder engine means NVH or the ride quality itself is very, very good. I think that is also something which you should not forget. So our strategy is very clear: no turbo for Exter, Nios or Aura because that is what the customer wants. So demand is extremely good. In fact, for Aura, 70% of our sales are CNG. For Nios, close to 20%. And the Exter bookings also, like I told you, 22% bookings are CNG. So very clearly at the entry level, CNG is doing well. Of course, we do not have products at the higher end, but frankly speaking, I don't think customers there will be willing to compromise on the power or the torque or that initial traction they get. So clearly, CNG, entry level CNG, and in higher segments, especially SUVs, diesel, turbo is the way to go for Hyundai. So clearly, if you see 6 airbags, Creta and above, we introduced the 6 airbags as standard much before the regulation was set to come in. And with the Exter, I think we have really raised the bar. And 6 airbag as standard in Exter, not only segment first, I think a huge statement from us, which means that we are really taking safety very, very seriously. Even structurally, there have been a lot of enhancements. So, the rear seat belt reminder, if you see for all the 3 seats, now it is across the segments, all our production 100% compliant to that. So, we are really taking the safety forward. As regards the testings, of course, we have to wait. The Bharat NCAP are now around the corner and we have to wait. But obviously we are expecting good, decent ratings going forward because that is really becoming a very big focus area for us in designing of our. So if you see, we introduced the ADAS and with the Tucson, with the Ioniq 5, and then of course we had it in Varna. I'm very happy to report that 35% of Varna sales are coming from ADAS. 35%, very clearly. ADAS level 2 has been accepted very well by the customers. So it gives us a lot of traction going forward. And I can say this, that going forward, you could see, more models from Hyundai with the ADAS because that has been our strategy to really test out something new because we have access to the global technologies, localize it, just test it in Indian conditions, and then of course introduce it in more and more models. I think Varna's success is a big booster for us in terms of really introducing ADAS going forward in more models. So frankly speaking, like you talked about the investments, I think this 20,000 crore investment in Tamil Nadu is a big statement. And as you know, a major chunk of it is going to be towards the localization of battery packs. I think that will really help us to bring down the cost because one big factor in introducing more affordable EVs is to bring the cost down and do localization. So I think that's a very big step. Now, which models, which body types, I think you have to still wait. But Ioniq 5 and Kona have really given us a lot of insight into the EV market. We are parallelly working on the charging infrastructure. You would have heard statements that 100 charging stations in Tamil Nadu were really tied up, and a lot of actions we are doing not only at the dealer end but in the public charging space also. So localization, charging space, we are working on a lot of stuff. So I think going forward, you will hear more news from Hyundai trickling in about the future EVs as well. Look, Ioniq 5, frankly speaking, we had a target of about 500 a year, and we have completed this target in the first 6 months itself. So it's a huge boost. I think it really gives a credibility to our decision that yes, we were right, and Indian market was right to buy a product from our stable at 45-46 lakh rupees. So I think so we all continuously study the market. We are very, very close to the customer, and and as and when we feel there is a gap which we can fulfill from our product at the right time, at the right price, then why not? But as of now, I think we are doing fairly well in terms of new launches. I think this is the 7th month of this calendar year, and you have already seen 5 launches. Ioniq 5, Nios, Aura, Varna, and now the Exter. I don't think we are doing badly on this front. But yes, we have always believed that wherever there's an opportunity and we can fulfill it, then why not? Regarding Genesis, yeah, we are studying the market, and it's a question of when is the right time. So these decisions are, of course, strategic and depend a lot on the headquarters. So we will inform you as and when we decide something on the Genesis brand as well. I am also a car enthusiast, and I fully understand the emotions. But please understand, to launch a brand in India, you need to be very, very responsible in terms of the demand commitments. I think N-Line is a very good beginning. We started with i20 and Venue. Going forward, you will see more and more N-Line. And as we see the market maturing, as we see the demand maturing, we'll have to make a decision. But as of now, no decision has been made for introducing the N brand in India.